Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today's topic is he friend or foe? Is he your friend or is he against you? Okay, all right. Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome to all of the new viewers. And welcome to all of you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you so much. And I thank you for your comments, for your letters, and for your donations. And now, for those of you who are new to the channel, I will answer your relationship questions. So at the end of this video, I will show you a link where you can send in your questions. And for those of you who are interested in these caps, they are now available in my online store. So just go to the description, and at the bottom you'll see online store, and there you will see the caps. Okay, and these caps do feature the goddess symbol. Just wanted you to know that. And the goddess symbol is there because this is about empowering you and enlightening you. And she also offers protection. Okay, so I just wanted you to understand what that's all about. Today's message was inspired by some letters that came in. Now, I wanted to talk about this. You see, many of us ladies are wanting a companion in life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Wanting a companion. In fact, the intention of being here is to mate and to reproduce. Okay, that's the basic intention for the male and female, to mate and reproduce offspring. Okay, so it's natural for us to want to mate. But in today's society, things have changed so much. And men are not the men from years ago, when men would protect you and provide for you and all of that. Now, there are some men who still have that mindset. There are some men out here. But there are many men who don't feel that way anymore. There are many men out here who feel that you should take care of them. You see, ladies? And these are the men that we need to show that we will not submit to that. No, we are not out here to support men. Men's job is to support us. Okay? Ladies, I just want you to get a firm grip on that. Because many of us, because we want a companion so bad, that we are willing to almost do anything to have a companion. No, ladies, you are worth more than that. Don't do anything just to have a companion. Work on yourself, and the companion will come to you. Then you can pick and choose who you feel would be better for you. You understand? The ball is in your court. Not for men to go around and pick and choose you. That men feel like they have that kind of power. But actually, women, you are the one with the power, not them. Men have made you believe that they are the prize. But you are. And you need to understand that. And this way, you can distinguish between the friend and the foe. Because every man that comes to you may not have your best interest at heart. Some of them are only coming to take advantage of you. It's about them and not about you. There's even a song out where the men say, let the women take care of you. No. Women, don't put yourself in a position to take care, to support financially a man. Now, you may want to give him emotional support or, like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Emotional support and be there for him when he needs, to back up. Hey, you want to do all of that, especially if you're in a companionship. You do want to support him, but not financially. It's the man's job to provide for you. You see, I was looking at this story about tribes. And I was looking at that because I wanted to know the origin of things. And there are tribes out here, still out here, who have not been touched by civilization, that are living basic truths. Okay? The men, they go out, they hunt for the food or whatever, and they build the huts for the women to live in and all that. And the women take care of the children and take care of the living, the home. They take care of the home. They don't have to go out and build a home. They don't have to go out and find food. Women didn't have to do that. Basically, women's job to bear children, take care of the children, and take care of the home. That's the basic of why women are here. But everything is, changed and evolution and all of that. Now today, we women find ourselves having to go out, find the bacon, cook the bacon, and then feed the bacon. You understand? Because the men are not living up to their origins. They're not living up to it. So women are pushed to do it. And now the men, friend or foe, some of these men will come in and tell you that you're too masculine. You too this and you're too that. And they want you to submit to them. But how can they expect you to submit to them when they are not doing their jobs? They're wanting you to do the job of the man, to go out, find the bacon, bring it home, cook it, and serve it to them. So what are they doing? Just showing up and sitting at the table? No, ladies. No. That's why I say, ladies, listen. We do what we need to do to make sure that we are taken care of. That's why we're doing these things. I know with me, the men that, I'll go with the men that I marry. Certain things I found that they didn't know how to do. And I knew how to do. I mean, things that normally men do. If something breaks, you get a hammer, you get a nail, and you fix it back up, or whatever. I've been with men didn't even know how to do that. Didn't know how to fix anything. Didn't know how to build anything. Had no imagination about anything. You understand? So then, where did that leave me? Women, that's what I'm telling you. Know these things for yourself. Don't think that just because you choose a man to be in your life, that he's going to know naturally how to do these things. Because there's a lot of men out here today that don't know anything about anything. But they know how to hook on to you. And then be intimidated by you because you know how to do things. You see? That's not your fault. That's not your fault that you were there when they was passing out brains and passing out skills, that you were in the class and they weren't. You understand? That you took your time to learn these things that are necessary for life, to make your life better. And now men, they want to be the foe. They don't want to be a friend. They want to attack you because they feel like you're doing too much. What you're doing, ladies, when you build yourself up and be the best that you can be, what you are doing, although the men are intimidated by it, it makes them rise to the occasion. They have to if they want to be with you. You understand? That's why I'm telling you, ladies, that you have more power than you believe that you do. Men need women. Men need you more than they want you. They need you. You understand? Because women help to balance the man out. Your energy helps to balance the man out. You understand? But men need to be men. They need to be men. And ladies, I'm telling this because don't just run out here and just take these men just because you want a man. Take them any kind of way, you understand, and thinking that you can build them up into the man that you want. You can't do that. You can't change these people. But you can make a situation that makes them want to change if they want to be with you by not accepting just anything they want to throw out to you. Just anything. And that's what these men are doing today. Talking to you any kind of way. You know, putting a label on you of what type of woman you are. You understand? Going out expecting you to pay the bill for them. Expecting you to buy them gifts and all this kind of. They want to flip the roles. Men, a lot of men today want to be treated like the women. And that forces you to take the masculine role. You understand? You don't need these type of men. Wait until they get themselves together and come at you correct. And when they do, then you choose whether you want to be with them or not. You understand? This is a new day. We're not trying to go back. We're trying to go forward. Okay? And I just want you to understand that. Now, we got some letters in here today. Okay. Let's read our first letter here. Okay, this one is addressed, married to a narc. Okay? I watch you while I'm driving trucks at night. I am married to a narcissist. We've been married for 3 years. We married very quickly. Well, that is a narcissist. When they want to lock you down real quick. I mean, it's a pattern for a narcissist. I feel like I was rushed into it. You were. He went to my mom and asked her for my hand in marriage. And she said yes. And I felt pressured into it. People, don't allow anybody to pressure you into a situation like this. There are a lot of women who are pressured into marriage because of customs and traditions. It's according to what part of the world you in or whatever. But a lot of these situations do not turn out well. Okay? So let's go with this. She too married her husband quickly. But they've been married 30 plus years. Listen, just because a person's been married a long time and many, many years does not necessarily mean that they were happy years. You see? That's the difference. You want to be in a happy situation. I know when I was growing up, I was raised as a Christian, And Christians believe that once you get married, you stay married no matter what. And my father was a minister, and I stayed in a horrible 7-year marriage because I wanted to follow the tradition until I couldn't take it anymore. I I couldn't take it anymore. I just told them, just cross my name off because I am out. I'm out. I'm not going to live my life, the rest of my life, in misery like this. So I left the church and I left him. Okay? So let's see what else you say in this letter. I'm a Christian, okay? And I wanted to do the right thing. Yeah, I did too. Until I couldn't take it anymore. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. At the beginning, he told me he was raped by his uncle, his mother's brother, when he was a child. He kind of blames her because he said she never noticed a change in his behavior. He never told them either. Well, that's something that he's living with. And a lot of narcissists are created out of situations just like this. They were molested as a child. That trauma triggered them into this narcissistic personality. Okay? I helped him to get a good job and tried to build this marriage as a team. But I found out he was a liar and a cheater. After I found out he was buying escorts, I took my truck and left him. I found a phone that he said he had gotten rid of when we first got married in 2020 with all kinds of women on it. I called one of the women and discovered she was having an affair with my husband and she was married too. He ended up moving in with this woman after her husband found out and left. Now my husband is staying with her in her house her husband bought and driving the car her husband bought for her. I am disgusted to be in a situationship as this. I know you are, but it happens. We have a child, but honestly, after what they've tried to do, I don't want my son anywhere around him. Although he lives with this woman that he still lies about, he sends videos about men being the head of the spouses, not going to bed angry at each other, but he lives with another woman. Yeah, well, that's a narcissist. That's a narcissist for you. I have not spoken or responded to him in over a month. And I think he knows I filed for a divorce. But what advice do you have for me? What I have for you is to continue with your divorce from him. Okay? You don't say much about your life with him, except that you do have a son, and he arranged the marriage with your mother, and your mother agreed. I don't know why she jumped and agreed so fast, but you complied with it. And you did state that you're a Christian, and I know Christians, they want you to stay in a marriage no matter what. But like I told you, I was in the same situation, and unlike you have one kid, I had 3 kids at the time. 3 kids at the time. And I'm telling you, they told me that you got to stay with him no matter what. And this is what we believe. You marry and that's it. Listen, I did it for 7 hard years. And I decided, no, for my well-being, I was going to leave. And once I made up my mind, I told the church, I'm out. You can cross my name right off. And I went with my heart and my soul. And it said I did not need to be in an abusive relationship for the rest of my life. That's what it said to me. And I left. And I never regretted going back. I never regretted. As a matter of fact, once I left the situation and no longer listened to religious dogma, my life got better and better and better. I'm telling you, people, that's what happened to me. And I wish you the best. Yeah, I suggest that you continue to go on with your divorce and living a good life. Now, as far as your son is concerned, you really didn't say how old your son is, but if your husband is going to be in his life, yeah, he's gonna try to put his narcissistic influence on your son. Yes, he will. So just be aware of that and be careful of that. I know my first husband, he influenced, especially my first son. He had a big influence on him until my first son still carries a lot of that anger from the breakup with his father. He still carries that. And whatever his father was instilling in him during that time, he has not got over it. He has not come to terms with it. And so I just had to walk away and let him deal with that on his own. You understand, people? It's about you, your happiness, and your well-being. And if people are not on board with that, sometimes you have to just walk away. You really do. And your children, you continue to love your children. And hopefully your son is still young and you can still have a real influence over him. So I wish you well, and I hope that this helps you. Now, let's go to another letter here. Okay, here's another one about Christianity and sex. Okay. I've just turned 60 years old, and I have my own home, financially comfortable, and I have 3 responsible grown children, and have never been married, but have had long committed relationships, and have been proposed to a few times, but haven't been keen to marry. I don't blame you for not being keen to marry. You have your own home, you're financially comfortable, and your kids are grown. There's no reason for you to marry, really. However, for the past 5 years, I have been a practicing Christian. Okay. Single and celibate out of choice. I would now like a Christian companion. And my understanding of Bible scripture is that I would have to get married if I do find a suitable companion, if sex is going to be involved. But I am aware that if I do get married, my future husband will be entitled to my assets, which I don't want because they are for my grown children. What is your advice? Well, because you have embraced Christianity, it ties you down to religious dogma. To religious dogma. You understand? And you have free will. Just like you chose Christianity, you can choose something else. You understand? It's your free will. And you be careful, since you believe that you want a Christian companion. Because, see, in Christianity, they'll tell you you need to be yoked. You need to be evenly yoked. You know, understand? It's in the teachings that you're a Christian, you want a Christian. But let me tell you something about that. You'll find the same people in Christianity that you find out of Christianity. The same things. Just because they're Christian doesn't mean that they're going to embrace their own doctrine. Listen, I have dated a lot of so-called Christians. Christians. And they will have sex like anybody else. Christian or non-Christian. But then when they go into the house of worship, all of a sudden, now they're holier than thou and criticizing everybody else and doing everything else. In the meanwhile, they're looking around for the next person that they can have sex with. Don't be fooled by this. Now, I know, I don't know how you're going to take it, because, you know, you're fresh into this doctrine. You're fresh into it. And you're probably excited about it and feel good about it and everything. But just know, just because, you know, if you decide to choose a Christian companion, don't assume that he's going to be a friend to you. Because there are a lot of narcissists that are Christians. And a lot of ill-thinking people in Christianity. And it's not just Christianity. In all religions, these people exist. So don't be fooled just because you're a Christian and you want to walk the Christian path. To choose another Christian is going to walk that path with you. No. It's the person that you need to seek. You want a person who is going to be true to you, not to the doctrine, but true to you, to support you and your happiness, not support the doctrine of the religion. And that's what's happening. These people will put all of these teachings on you and all of this doctrine and things that you got to do just to be a part of the club. And you may not be happy at all. At all. It's a lot of women in these religions that are tied to their husbands because of it, that are miserable. Miserable. So, if you are, I'm telling you. Now, in the first letter, I told you I walked away from it. I walked away from Christianity for my own happiness. And we all have free will. I'm not saying, don't follow them or whatever. I'm not saying it. It's your decision. But what I'm also saying is, see, your dilemma is that you want to have sex. That's the bottom line. You want to have sex, and in the Christian faith, you don't have sex unless you're married. I believe you should think long and hard about that. Long and hard about that. Okay? And also, in in Christianity, they don't really promote pleasuring yourself. They don't promote that sort of thing. But personally, I don't see a problem with it. I spiritually, I don't see a problem with you pleasuring yourself, or staying celibate if you're gonna stay celibate. And I don't have a problem with you finding a mate that is perfect for you, and after a period of time you know him and all of that, and you decide that you want to enter into a sexual experience with him, and he's not a Christian, I do not have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. You understand? I would hate to encourage you to live your life, and that the Christians don't know. I would hate to encourage you to be deceptive against your faith. You understand? But I wouldn't do it personally. That's my advice. I'm only going to tell you from my experience, but you have free will to choose your own path. But what I'm going to tell you is choose wisely. Wisely. And I'm like you. If I were in a place that when I married somebody, all of a sudden he owns what I own, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in a heartbeat. No. No. You are financially set. You have your own home. You have your own finances. Why you want somebody to come mess that up? If you want to have sex, I say go for it. But I'm also saying to be savvy about it. Know exactly what you want in your life and go for that. And a lot of people seek religious organizations for enlightenment. They want to know, what is it all about. They want to live a happy life. You understand? But understand that in a lot of these religious organizations, men have gone in and tampered with the information, you understand, that they give to you, and they have put their own perspectives in the teachings to control you. To control you. And once you understand that, then you can come to some understanding about what this thing we call life is all about. Understand? And spiritually, you're here to enjoy your life, whatever that is. Enjoy your life now. And personally, I would not spend my life being tied down by any religious dogma. That's personally. So I think I'm going to get off that now, because I'm pretty sure I've stepped on a lot of toes already. But let's go to another letter. Okay? All right, here we go. Okay. I met a man 16 years ago. We both wanted a relationship. I was struggling financially, and he wanted to help me pay my bills, and I needed his financial assistance. Almost immediately, he reminded me that he was paying my bills, and that if I wanted him to help me, that I would have to help him sexually. Yeah. This was a business transaction. This was not a relationship. This was a business situationship. Okay? And he already set the ground rules. I felt so cheap and degraded and low. That's how men make you feel when you depend on them financially. A lot of them. Not all of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them will. I said to myself, as soon as I get my thing together, that I was going to leave him. A week later, I found the best job that I've ever had at Amazon, and I dumped him. Well, good for you. Good for you. It was only a business transaction. It wasn't a relationship, so it's nothing for you to regret about it or anything. Your job was over. All right? He was stunned. I bet he was, because he thought he had you by the hook. He thought that you always going to need him financially. You see, men play this game. I cut him off with no warning. I've been on my job for 15 years. This job put me in a great position. Decent pay, good benefits, and I became a proud and independent woman. And kudos to you for that. Over the years, I bought a home, multiple cars, investments, and a big retirement savings. Boy, the only problem is that the job is hard labor. Over the years, I started getting tired of the commute, which is 40 miles one way to work. Boy, that's a commute. Most importantly, I'm much older, and it's getting more difficult to physically do the job. In stepping out on faith, I start my new job at a biotech company. My family and friends believe that I should stay at Amazon since I've been there so long, but I want to do what my heart desires. Good for you. Good for you. Follow your dreams. If that's your desire, you go for it, no matter what anybody says. You did the right thing. If you were me, how would you transition to the next chapter of your life? You go for it. And you say, I'm so happy and nervous at the same time. I have butterflies in my stomach and tears in my eyes. I'm so excited about this new opportunity. You just ease right into your new opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? I'm very happy for you. I'm excited for you. And I wish you all the best. That's what the rest of us should do. If you're doing a job that is so difficult, it's hard, and you're just tired of it, don't be afraid to step into something else and to do something else that makes you much happier and content. You've done the right thing. You don't want to spend the rest of your days at some hard labor job just because your friends and family know that you're making good on the job. That's not everything. You already got your retirement, your home, your finances. You good. I think you did the right thing because you want to be happy. And your intuition is pushing you to be happy. And you listen to it. You listen to your higher self that said, go for this new opportunity. And I'm so happy for you because you didn't allow fear to stop you. You didn't allow fear to stop you. And fear is what stops a lot of people from, embracing new opportunities. When these opportunities are presented to you, and if your gut says go for it, I think you should do like this lady. Step out in faith and see where that path leads you. Okay? So I'm very happy for you and delighted. So I wish you all the best. I think we have time for another letter here. And this one is, okay, what advice can you give to someone who doesn't know what her dreams are or were? My childhood was about survival. I don't know if I ever really had dreams. I have interests as an adult. Any advice about recovering your true dreams or calling? Okay. For you to say it like that, you probably want to know what your purpose is. What your purpose in life. And many times it is connected to your dreams and desires. All right. So, all right. So follow me now. What I'm going to say is that you need to meditate. You need to meditate. Now, I want to explain something about between prayer and meditation. When you pray, when you pray, the initial description of praying is begging. You're begging. You're you're pleading. And in a lot of religions, and especially in the Christian religion, they teach you pray, and all that. Okay, prayer really should be just asking for what you desire, and then believing that you will receive it, not begging. Because when you beg, it shows a lack mentality, that you don't believe that you're gonna get it, but if you beg long enough, you might get it. That's you understand. That's what prayer sets you up for. But when you meditate, you be still with yourself, and you are listening for answers. That's what meditation is. Listening for answers. So you quiet your mind and just be still with yourself. And your higher self will speak to you and tell you what your purpose is, what you need to be doing, and what path you are to take. All of these things will come to you, and your intuition will continue to guide you toward your greater good. But this all starts with meditation. You understand? Meditation, going within yourself. Because, ladies, that's where the power is. That's where it is. Not outside of yourself. And, this video today was about, is he a friend or a foe? And because a lot of people out here got all kinds of opinions for you. All kinds of opinions about which path you ought to take and what you ought to be, what you ought to believe, and all of these things. When all you got to do is go inside yourself, and all of these answers will be revealed to you. You don't need anybody else to tell you these things at all. You see, man has set himself up as the mediator between you and the divine energy. He set himself up in the pastors and the gurus and people like that. People like that who want to tell you what the divine wants for you and tell you what the divine requires from you. When you don't even need that. You don't need him. When you can go to the divine yourself and find out these answers to your life. These other people that set themselves up as the keepers of the true word. Be careful. That's what I'm telling you. Be careful, because a lot of these people set you up for a life of misery. Misery. If your life is not all that you want it to be, or going in the direction that you want it to go in, and you have been on your knees and been praying and pleading, and you don't know why it's not happening, because you're not listening to your higher self. You're listening to the wrong voices. That's why. That's why your life is not what you desire it to be. Everybody that stands up in front of you and teaches you things are not always your friend. Some of these people are setting you up for their own benefit. For their own benefit. Many of them just tell you these half truths to keep you coming back. They'll tell you a little bit of truth and a whole lot of lies just to keep you coming back for more, for more, for more. That's not for your better good. Especially when you look around and your life is not improving in the least. You're just following what somebody else told you was the right way to go. People, go inside yourself to find the true friend. Your true friend is inside of you. You understand? And that's where your power is. I just want you to live a happier life and to understand these things. I hope that my message today can help someone, because these things are really, really important. So many messages out here coming from all sorts of directions. And people are just looking for answers to have a better and happier life. That's the bottom line for what you want. And what I'm saying is, I found my happiness by going within. That's where I found it. That's exactly where I found it. And I just want you to understand that. So, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here it is. Here's the link. Send your questions to MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. MissFaye'sWorld@hotmail.com. And I will either answer your letter on the air or I would answer it through the email. Now, if you would rather for me to respond through the email, just put it at the top of your letter and I will comply to that. And for the rest of you, if I feel that your letter can help the collective, I will read it online as I've done today and answer it there. I hope that you understand the message for today. And I wish you all well. I wish you all happiness. And I hope to see you next time.